Good morning, good day, everyone. Thanks for taking some of your time out of your Tuesday morning right after the 4th of July weekend. I just want to quickly thanks everyone for taking the time out of your day today. So you're joining Matt and I over here at IMS. My name's Jake Brunn. I'm an annuity sales director. Same with Matt. And then we're joined by Bill. Long-standing relationship with us with Lincoln Financial. We're going to be covering Roth conversion, the Roth conversion story at Lincoln, as well as more product updates that Lincoln's offering. So before we get started, we're going to have some information to really share about who we are here at IMS. Just a quick highlight of why our agents love working with our team. There's going to be a few polls throughout the webinar. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them into that webinar questions box. We'll get those answered for you. So the first thing that I want to highlight today is our commitment to delivering in best class customer service for our agents. We have service in our name, Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And so one way that we do this is you're going to reach a live person during our business hours, which you can find at 800-255-5055, and we're going to answer your phone call with an IMS employee with 2 rings or less. So as you see on this screen, this is one of our new producer builders. And for those of you who are new to us here at IMS, these bonuses are available based on your production level in the first 180 days of contracting with us. As you can see, there's great levels that you can qualify at. And inside of each box that you see right there, there's some great options for you. I would say what really resonates for myself as well as agents who are new to us here at IMS is that bottom right one. So if you submit $1 million in FIA premium first 6 months of being here at IMS, we can either pay for 3 free seminars in your practice, which we're going to cover a little bit more on seminars at the end of this slideshow. But that is the most consistent way of getting it in front of your high net worth prospects on a consistent basis, or we could either just send you out an $8,000 marketing check, and we'll let you know how you can allocate your marketing dollars on another slide as well. But if you'd like to know where you currently stand or just have more questions regarding our new producer builders, you can give myself a call, you can give Matt a call, and we'd love to speak with you about that. Another business builders program that we provide is our referred producer program. I do see a few advisors on with us today that's already taken advantage of the program. So our business on the wholesale side of the industry is very similar to yours in the field, and that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our producers. So this is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. And when you do refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we're going to cut you a $50 thank you check that same day. But where the real money comes in is as that referral keeps writing business, you're going to receive an override on all of that business. So our ownership team, it consists of Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris. All 4 of them sign checks for thousands of dollars every single quarter. So with that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team here at IMS, don't hesitate to type their information into that questions box up above. And then below that, you'll see a little red box that says marketing reimbursement. So this program, which is our most popular program that we offer here at IMS, and the reason for that is every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. And this does kick on after your first 6 months of contracting here at IMS. So if you haven't came to IMS, as soon as you come on, you get contracted, say we get you a Lincoln financial contract, you're going to be in our new producer builders. And then after 6 months, you're going to be in our marketing reimbursement program. And this is from the day that a new producer builder starts until the last day you're here at IMS. So why this is so popular for our advisors is we do truly consider it to be your money. You're going to have the flexibility on what services, when and who you use the funds with. It's your marketing reimbursement. We're not going to tell you what vendors you have to use. We're going to recommend certain vendors that we partner with and leverage reduced rates. So we do have a full in-house creative team that can create this customized marketing strategy and provide in-house services. So if you'd like to know how much is in your marketing or reimbursement account, or just have a conversation about how to utilize it, don't hesitate, give your sales director a call here at our office. We'd love to speak with you about that. And with that being said, I am going to pass the slide on over to Matt, who's going to carry us on throughout the rest of these I'm slides right here.
All right, back office support. This is another way we add value to your business. This is the core of IMS and how Charles Huring founded us years ago. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We are going to do that with great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes is an area that we can assist. We're also going to help you with illustration requests and usually get those within 24 hours. And I'm going to be honest, it usually is a whole lot quicker than that, usually within an hour or so. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie heads up our annuity team and Michelle heads up our life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly to help you get commissioned quicker. We'll scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, do the administrative tracking, and get you updates as needed on the cases. We do this to ensure that you get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our value producer and how we help grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles the back office support for you. Our website is another great tool for our producers to use and another reason to work with IMES. Once you're contracted, you have full access to everything you see on this slide and so much more at IMESinc.com. If you haven't registered for our website, it's very simple to do. When we're done with this call, go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. A lot of great resources are available to you, including illustration tools, online forums, product grids, and product news. Industry updates are also out there for you. Technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership to streamline the application process. Most of the carriers are now on our Luma Firelight EF platform, so you can go to one site to submit your business. Some carriers are going to EAP only for some of their product lines, and will also offer extra comp for utilizing their EAP platform. Make sure you ask your sales director before submitting a paper app if you can earn more by doing it digitally. Creative services. We do have a full in-house creative team. We can help you with your practice and a lot of items that are turnkey and available for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so we can simply impose your contact information and business logo onto it. Speaking of your logos, agency solutions is another area of expertise for our team. If you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can definitely help with that. This is going to assist you with both name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. Lastly, digital marketing solutions are a very popular topic around here at IMES. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go for information. Making sure you are accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is beneficial to help grow your business. Reach out to myself or one of the annuity sales directors when the webinar concludes, and we'll help you walk through this process. IMES also offers a complimentary marketing analysis for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations on trusted vendors from everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. Again, reach out to your sales directors to get started anytime.
And with that being said, I'm going to launch the first poll of today. And because we are on the topic of seminars and or just marketing strategies, and right now we're about to get ready for the seminar season, I am going to launch the first poll that says, are you currently running seminars in your practice? The reason why I asked seminars, I know a lot of you are probably doing preset appointments or lead generation programs. Seminars, we have found it to be the most beneficial way of growing your practice on a consistent basis. It's going to get you in front of the most high net worth individuals on a consistent basis. So if you would like to schedule a time, I'd be more than happy to walk through some of the best topics that we've been seeing, the best way to target the individuals. And it all also relies on the dates you're doing them, but also geographically. So depending what area you live in, we can run a heat map, see what's working, so we can try and target those individuals that you most want to serve. So thanks everyone for your participation. There are going to be 2 more polls throughout the end of this webinar, and then of course if you have any questions, put them up into that questions box. So moving on, as you see on this slide, this is our IMS Wealth, and what we've done, so we founded them several years ago. We've done is grow this division of IMS very organically. So we've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once you have registered, IMS Wealth will bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. So we have a great technology and a great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business, and AUM could be a major growth sector for your business as well. Our life and annuity academies, as you see on this screen, we run about 4 to 6 throughout the year. We do have a couple of them coming up here in July. Registration is completely filled for the ones in July. But then our next one's going to be held in Chicago, which is going to be held August 3rd through the 5th. We do have a couple more registrations. So if you would like more information about coming out to our Life and Annuity Academy, you can just give myself a call. You can give Matt a call. These are 3-day training events. You're going to hear from top producers in the industry. You're going to hear from a lot of keynote speakers as well as CEOs of marketing programs. So when you leave, it's not only just a great time connecting with your peers, it's also a great where you're going to have a lot of new ideas and ways to implement new strategies into your practice more effectively to be a better producer, be more consistent, and just new marketing strategies for your target market. Lastly, don't hesitate to follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn. And with that being said, I am going to pass the slides on over to Bill with Lincoln. Lincoln, we've had a fantastic relationship for many, many years. So if they're not currently in your portfolio, we would love to, get you contracted with Lincoln. And I'm going to pass the slides on over to Bill.
Thank you, Jake, and good morning, everyone. As Jake mentioned, I am Bill Gaffney. I am the sales VP on the annuity side with Lincoln Financial. Just want to appreciate everybody's time today, as well as the partnership with IMS. Today, we're going to be going through first our Roth conversion process, which we have simplified to make as efficient for the client and advisor as humanly possible. And then secondly, I would like to discuss the fact that Lincoln has entered the income side of things when it comes to our fixed indexed annuities here. And we did it differently than any other carrier in this space. So I definitely want to touch base on that. We've been seeing a ton of success there. First, I want to get into what a lot of our top advisors feel is the best thing that Lincoln does, and that is market intel exchange. So what you'll notice here is market intel exchange is something that we work with some of the biggest fund companies on the planet, right? You'll notice T. Rowe Price, JP Morgan, BlackRock, Fidelity, you name it, they all have a say in this documentation. And really what it is we provide updates on what's going on in the economy, the markets, and you'll notice there is a ton of information that can be drawn from this piece. I only want to focus on one of these slides today because if we did go through all 77 of them, we'd be here until next week, right? But one slide that I find very interesting is the US debt levels, right? So this chart is showing us the historical US national debt levels as a percentage of GDP, as well as the projections that the Congressional Budget Office has put together through 2056. So you'll notice at the end of 2025, we were at a 99% level. And where the Congressional Budget Office projects us is at 175% through 2056. So when I show advisors this slide very quickly, I ask them a simple question. Where do you see taxes going as we move forward? And most of them are going to say we see taxes increasing, right? We can almost argue that taxes are at a discount right now. And that's really why the conversations around Roth conversions has been so popular and in such high demand recently. So Lincoln, what we did was take this conversation and say, we're going to help our advisors and clients do Roth conversions, again, as simple as possible. So you'll notice on my screen here, what we did with our simplified Roth conversion process is what I like to call a 1, 2, 3 approach. So when doing Roth conversions with Lincoln in our fixed indexed annuity space with OptiBlend, we can do it with one application, and it's a simple check the box strategy. And I'll show you what that looked like. All of our applications have this page here, and really what you're going to indicate by checking this box is that the purpose of this OptiBlend contract with Lincoln is for the purpose of a Roth conversion, right? So you simply check this box in the application, and you're going to indicate how much you want to start the Roth conversion with. We do have a $5,000 minimum, but really yourself as the advisor and the client can have a discussion of how much you want to initially start the Roth with. Once you do that, Lincoln is going to create 2 contracts, right? So you're going to have 2 contract numbers. You're going to have your IRA and your Roth IRA. These contracts are going to mirror each other, so they are going to have the same surrender schedule. And from there, you have complete flexibility to convert however much you want, whenever you want, between the IRA and the Roth IRA. As I mentioned, you're going to have 2 contract numbers. There's just a simple form, and you're going to state, I would like to convert this amount from the IRA to contract number B into the Roth IRA. So again, 1, 2, 3, check the box, 1 application. We're going to create 2 contracts, and 3, you have complete flexibility to convert however much you want, whenever you want, between the IRA and the Roth. The next question I always ask advisors when I'm having this conversation is, what do you want to do once you convert those assets from an IRA to a Roth IRA? And of course, we want to start growing those assets, right? We feel here at Lincoln, we have the most diversified, simple accumulation story that you can find in the industry. You'll notice we have a robust amount of accumulation strategies when it comes to Lincoln's OptiBlend. I was actually speaking with Jake before that we jumped on this call today and discussing what we find is the most beneficial strategy. Our trigger story always resonates very well, right? It's a simple story. All the S&P has to do is be flat or positive, and your clients can receive up to 7.6% on OptiBlend 5. But we have 5, 7, 10-year chassis. You can receive upwards of 7.65% on OptiBlend 10. But really, again, OptiBlend stands for optimum blend. You can diversify however much you want. So you can put a portion of your client's assets in the trigger story, which again is a simple story. You can also have an S&P 500 cap that's up around 9.5% on OptiBlend 10 right now. And then where we've been seeing a ton of flows is with these participation rates. When the market's performing well, and we all know that it does more often than not, we're able to capture up to 55% of whatever the S&P 500 does on a 1-year participation strategy. And we also have a multi-year participation strategy where we can capture 85% of whatever the S&P 500 does over the next 7 years. Why I love this strategy is it takes the renewal rate conversation off the table. We're able to provide 100% downside protection, no fee, and we're going to give the client 85% of whatever the S&P does over the next 7 years. And we did the numbers for yourself and the client when it comes to these multi-year strategies. This is a piece that I always like to share. Once my screen loads here. But you'll notice we looked at 2,427 rolling 7-year periods between May of 2009 and the beginning of 2026. The average return of the S&P 500 is 112%. We're assuming an 80% par. We'll be able to offer clients 90% average over a 7-year period. Again, that's done with no risk and no fee. This is a compliance approved piece. We focused on 80%. I mentioned it now. We are at 85%. So this number would look even better, crediting up to around 95% over a 7-year period with no risk and no fee. So a ton of great strategies that we have available on the accumulation side. So when you are thinking Roth conversions, we have a simplified approach. We want you to think Lincoln. When you are thinking of great accumulation strategies, specifically around the traditional S&P 500, we want you to think Lincoln. We have a ton of great strategies to blend together to make sure your clients are not only protected, but also have a ton of upside potential. Switching gears.
Hey, quick question.
Go ahead.
So we got a question from an agent. What is the multi-year S&P 500 par rate, 2-year, 3-year, 4-year?
So we only do it. Great question. Let me go back to my rates here. So we only do it on the 5, 7, and 10-year version. So we have a multi-year on OptiBlend 5 of 80%, OptiBlend 7, 85%, and then 82% on OptiBlend 10. Where we see most of the flows is honestly the 85% on a 7-year point-to-point.
Thank you. Yes, no, that answers it. And if anyone else has any questions, don't hesitate to put them into that questions box up there.
We do see flows into the 1-year par as well. And a great strategy that I always like to point out is the S&P 500 blend, where you could put a portion in the traditional S&P 500 trigger. You could put a portion in the S&P 500 cap, and then using the par rates to capture a ton of upside. We can do that all with the traditional S&P 500, which we know is a household name. And it's really going to provide yourself and the client a positive annual review of however the market performs. Because if you think about it, if the S&P 500 is negative, well, then you look great as the advisor because you added protection for the client. If we're seeing modest returns of 1 or 2%, you're going to actually be able to receive upwards of 7% with the performance triggered strategy. Now, if we're starting to see, 10, 11%, we're able to capture a ton of that with our cap. However, where I like to, again, call it a home run hitter, our Kyle Schwarber down here in Philadelphia, when the market is doing 25, 26%, like we have seen quite a bit over the past few years, we're going to see double digits returns of 12, 13% with no risk and no fee. So that's, again, a positive annual review for yourself and the client. And then if we did want to add something into those multi-year pars, we almost see this as a RILA alternative. The fact that we're able to provide a ton of upside for your clients, but completely take the risk and the fee of a RILA off the table. Great question, though. But yes, we do it on the 5 and 7 years, and that's really where we see most of the flows when it comes to that multi-year par. Any other questions on that, Jake?
Nope, not at this point.
Okay. So let's get into the income quickly here. Again, Lincoln, very excited to be in the income space. We took a few years where we were focused on that accumulation strategy, but we recently launched 3 months ago the income product. And really, we look at this in two different ways. It's Lincoln Protected Pay Select is going to be the income rider that you can use with OptiBlend. And this is a straightforward product that you use every day. We're able to provide a 10% simple roll up during years of accumulation. And we're going to do that for a maximum of 10 years. And then once the client's ready to start taking income, we're able to provide a maximum amount of income for the rest of the client's life. You'll notice that these rates are going live on Monday of next week. All right. So we recently had a 40 basis points increase across all age bands that will be live as of Monday. So these rates will be effective on the 13th. 7.2% at age 65. We'll be able to turn income on right away if clients would wish to do so. Or of course, we can get that 10% roll up for clients looking to delay income. So that's as straightforward as it gets. We can do it on single and joint annuitants. And again, a ton of maximum income for clients that give you a call and say, I need the maximum amount of income for the rest of my life. Another way we looked at this is with maximum family outcome. And just stop sharing. Jake, you were able to see me sharing here?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Okay, perfect. So the other way we looked at our income rider is with maximum family outcome. It's very interesting what we did, and it's something that no other carrier is doing in the FIA space. But this is...
And we did get another question, Brian.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
So yeah, does the client receive the 10% or what the index returns?
For which product are we, or which portion of that are we talking about? Are we talking about income? I think they might be talking about the 10% simple roll up. So it would be better of the two.
Yep.
It would be, if you're fixed, well, you'd be able to select from different accumulation strategies available with OptiBlend. And if they did outperform 10%, the client would receive the greater of the two. I think that's what they were referring to.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, perfect. So the other portion of Protected Pay Select is the fact that you can add on the estate lock death benefit. And very simple, again, simple is the name of the game today when it comes to Lincoln, is if you have $1 of account value when you pass away, the entire premium goes back to the Benny. So really we're solving for longevity risk and brevity risk. The fact that if you do live a long, healthy life, this product is going to provide you with a guaranteed lifetime income stream that's going to help you with your needs, wants, and wishes in retirement. However, if you do pass away earlier on and you have $1, at least $1, I should say, in your account value, the full premium goes to the Benny. So in this case, we have Eric, who's 65 years old. He's looking to take income at age 70. So he puts $500,000 into Lincoln's Protected Pay Select with estate lock. He's still able to get a 10% roll up during years of accumulation. So that grows to $750, I think. And then he starts an income stream of around $46,000 that's going to be there until the day he passes away. Eric lives from 70 to 80, taking income from Lincoln. So over those 10 years, we provided him with around $457,000 of income for him to enjoy. When he does pass away at age 80, there was an account value. So his death benefit is the entire $500,000. So in that situation, Eric received a total family outcome, which we like to say, when it comes to adding that income and death benefit together, of around $957,000 on a $500,000 contract. So again, what we focus on here is grow, live, give. You're able to have that simple growth of 10% during years of accumulation. You're able to provide a predictable income stream that's going to last as long as you live. And then when you do pass away, we're going to pass along the full premium to the Benny as a death benefit. Great story for clients that are focused on family outcome rather than just maximum income. A few things I do want to point out when it comes to this death benefit is it's single life only. And again, the income payout is not going to be as high as Protected Pay Select. There is a decrease, but this is for clients that are not only focused on income, but also focused on passing on a legacy to their spouse, kids, grandkids, whomever that may be. The number one way we see this used is to satisfy RMDs for a client and leave a legacy. So I do want to point out you have to wait 1 year to start income when you do add on that estate lock death benefit. So Marion here is 72 years old. She needs to satisfy her RMDs at age 70. So she allocates $500,000 of those qualified assets into Lincoln Protected Pay Select and Estate Lock. She begins just taking her RMDs at age 73. Okay, so we're able to offer 6.4% of income at 73. You do not have to take that full 6.4%. You can actually just take your RMD amount, satisfy the RMDs. It's going to help keep the account value alive longer. She satisfies RMDs till later in life. When she passes away, we take the full $500,000 premium and pass it along to their beneficiaries. Great story there. We see it used a ton, not only just in the FIA space, but in the RILA space and VA space as well.
And can you confirm what the max issue age is?
75.
Thank you.
This goes back to elevating your income plan. This is a newer piece that we recently launched when it comes to that estate lock death benefit. And I don't know who in here or who on the call today goes to the casino, but when you do play roulette, you usually pick in red or black, right? Well, we feel when you're using Lincoln Protected Pay Select with the estate lock death benefit, you are playing red and black. You are not only solving for longevity risk, but you are also solving for brevity risk if you do pass away earlier than expected. And the situation I want to go through to kind of explain that roulette wheel conversation is Joe. So Joe's 65. He's looking to take income at age 70. He has $400,000 and he's looking to provide a guaranteed lifetime income for himself, but also is concerned about family outcome when he does pass away. If Joe passes away at life expectancy at age 82, he would have received $467,000 in income. We pass along $400,000 to Joe's spouse. That is a total family outcome of $876,000. $400,000 when you add the income that he received over those 12 years, plus the death benefit we're passing along to the Benny. What's the other side of this? Joe lives a long, happy life until age 94. In that case, he receives $915,000 on a $400,000 contract. Again, a great contract outcome. So really, regardless of if he does pass away a little earlier or if he does live again well into his 90s, we feel this contract is going to provide benefits in both scenarios, solving for not only longevity, but also brevity as well. So that's a great way to look at estate lock. But this is another great piece. This is hot off the press, just came out about 2 weeks ago. I do want to point out this is something in writing. You can start, stop, reduce, or increase income whenever you need to. So if you do notice the client's account value getting lower, well into their 90s, they can actually stop the income to keep that account value and death benefit alive. This is something I can talk about for and go through many different scenarios and many different sales tactics. But for today, I did just want to provide a brief overview of what Lincoln has to offer, because in the income space, we can offer max income for clients. We can also focus on legacy planning and offer max family outcome with the state lock death benefit. So what we did cover today is the fact that we have a very simple Roth IRA conversion process. We have a very simple and well diversified, I should say, accumulation story when it comes to Lincoln OptiBlend. And now I did want to point out that we are in the income space and are providing a legacy plan that can't be found with any other carrier. So Jake, I'm not sure if any more questions came up or if there's anything else you'd like me to cover at this point, but I really do appreciate everybody joining us today and the partnership that we have with IMES.
Yeah, no, thank you, Bill. There's no questions as of right now. If anyone has any questions, certainly type those into the box. I'm going to launch this poll. This is, would you like to get appointment paperwork for Lincoln Financial? And this is, say you just like more information, certainly give me a select yes on there. I know a lot of you on the call today are already appointed with Lincoln. But yeah, no, even if you just like more information, certainly give me a call. We can run some illustrations on any current clients you have today, any current proposals that you're currently running, and just talk through it on why it makes sense for you and your client. And then, yeah, no, is there still no questions that came through? Is there anything additional, Bill, you'd like to include before we get everyone off with their Wednesday or Tuesday?
No, I think we covered it all. I am going to send over the materials that we discussed today, Jake, and maybe you can get those out to the group. And then if any questions do come up later down the line on those pieces, you can have I'll include my contact information, both my phone number as well as my email. Feel free to reach out at any time. I'd be happy to discuss further.
Certainly. So yeah, no, thanks everyone for attending today. If you have any questions, reach out to myself. And then if need be, I can get you in contact with Bill. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your Tuesday.